Good morning and welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Messy Mocha. So go ahead, grab your cup, and let's sip this Monday morning mocha up. It is May 5th. Welcome back. Welcome back. Shout out to the mob, all my other bears I call the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. I'm looking at the eye in the sky, and I don't see anyone yet that is registering as being in the chat or listening. I am working on something this morning. I am, but I wanted to come on and play a little bit of music and start with some of the live updates while I take a few phone call, return some messages that I've seen, go through my email, sort some important, I'll just say some tasks that I need to get accomplished today and early in the week. So I hope you enjoy the music after I give you the live updates, and then I will be back. So the first thing, let's go right to this morning's five things. The first thing is Lady Gaga. Police in Rio de Janeiro. They foiled a possible attack on a Lady Gaga concert over the weekend. The free performance on Rio's Copacabana Beach was attended by roughly 2.1 million concert goers. That's a lot of people. 2.1 million? Two people were arrested on suspicion of planning the attack to gain notoriety on social media. According to authorities, the pair pretended to be fans of Lady Gaga and allegedly tried to recruit teens to use improvised explosives and Molotov or Molotov cocktails on LGBTQ plus people at the event. The suspects were part of an online hate group that aims to radicalize young people and promote the dissemination of hate crime, self harm, pedophilia, and violent content, police said. The alleged leader of the group was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm, while a teenager connected to the thwarted assault was arrested for possession of child P. What a story. Foiled an attack amongst these concert goers. Last night when I came on, I listened. Let me just start by saying I listened to last night's part of my video, and I could hear another video being played in the background. It was um, the audio to the video that I sometimes play. Listen carefully. It was the sound of rain. I believe rain splattering in the background. So when I heard it, I was like, what is that? I don't want to hear like duplicate or um, other videos while I'm, just talking. Maybe music in the background, but not necessarily music and rain falling unless it is all of one um, video that I've recorded. So, my apologies for that sound. I may adjust it. Good morning. I see baby Juju. I wasn't looking at the chat. And good morning to Spirit, Grand Day, Teddy, and the mobs. Good morning, Teddy. Uh, good morning. Welcome to Messy Mocha. Please hit the like as you enter the bear cave. Let's go on with the five things. On to number two, Alcatraz. President Donald Trump has announced plans, get this, to rebuild and reopen Alcatraz to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders. In a post on his social media site, Trump said he was directing the Bureau of Prisons, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and Homeland Security to reopen the infamous former prison. Located on an island off the San Francisco coast, Alcatraz closed in 1963 because it was too expensive to run. According to the Bureau of Prisons, it would take an estimated 3 million to 5 million to restore and maintain the prison. You know what? It just crossed my mind. If they're looking for money, and Doge has uncovered all of this fraud, waste, and abuse in just the several months, or we can say in 100 days plus, that President Trump has been in office, $3 to $5 million to restore and maintain the prison. Well, that doesn't include daily operating costs. So let's just say 3 to 5 million to restore it. That's a drop in the bucket. That's a drop in the bucket of what has been reported to have been found. Now, what the daily operating costs might be, I have no idea. But the money to rebuild it and restore it, and whether or not it should be restored at all, the money is there, at least on paper, in my opinion. It's been found, I think. Currently, Alcatraz serves as a tourist destination, so you can visit it. I've never been to Alcatraz. I know some people who have um, visited the site, and, taking pictures, and it's a touristy uh, attraction, and it's run currently by the National Park Service. In a conversation with reporters late on Sunday, Trump appeared to downplay his post and said reopening Alcatraz was just an idea he had because of radicalized judges who want to ensure migrants being deported have due process. There's another story kind of related to migrants having due process that I came across. I don't even want to touch this. Wait a minute. And yes, I put initially when I came on that I was, dealing with some phone calls. So I turned the volume all the way down. Mhm. So back to what I was saying in that story at the end of it. Um, Trump, he downplayed it, reopening Alcatraz. So for the worst of the worst of the worst of the migrants that, can I just say, being held, or where are they being held? Some in different places, but waiting to be deported. He said it's just an idea. But if Trump has an idea, if he floats it out there, it's probably something he's been thinking about, and it's not just on a whim. Some things he says can be that too. All right. On to Trump budget. The White House has unveiled its budget blueprint, which highlights the president's priorities of pumping more money into defense and homeland security while cutting foreign aid and domestic programs. The skinny budget, it's called, would increase defense spending by 13% to 1 trillion. The defense budget, by the way, is the largest part of the budget. And so now increasing it even more by 13%. It also proposes providing 175 billion to fully secure the borders. To avoid this, Trump's budget recommends making additional cuts to the National Park Service, climate science research, foreign economic and disaster assistance, UN peacekeepers, certain education funding to schools, the low income home energy assistance program, the National Institutes of Health, the CDC, clean energy, and electric vehicle charging programs. Yeah, the money has to come from somewhere, but wow. Is there anything in the that I just read off in the list, these recommended cuts from these programs that you see or that jumps out right away? For me, it's the education funding to schools. Education funding to schools. So, educating our children, and I say our, as a unit, all children that belong to this country and are educated in public school system and even private. Others, education is important um, to schools, even those that receive, vouchers. That's just my opinion. And then other programs would also include waste management and rental assistance and the IRS. Cuts to the IRS staff is already taking place. All right, hold on just one moment. On to weather forecasting. What is this one about? As the next hurricane season approaches, current and former meteorologists say the National Weather Service is in tatters. Since the start of Trump's second term, the NWS has lost more than 550 people. With so much institutional knowledge gone, experts are worried that the nation's forecasting agency will be unable to provide accurate forecasts and timely life saving warnings. That's critical. That's very critical. Of the NWS 122 weather forecast officers and offices, it says 30 lack a chief meteorologist. Many of these offices are responsible for covering major population centers in Cleveland, Houston, New York City, and Tampa. The meteorologists in charge are the critical linchpin in the operation of our weather forecast offices. This was said by a former NOAA administrator, Rick Spinrad. Multiple offices have reduced or eliminated daily weather balloon launches, which provide critical data for computer models used by forecasters. And several NWS offices are expected to soon stop operating 24/7. Most people, when they wake up, they go outside and they see the weather. I mean, weather is a big part of conversation, at least if it's just bantering about, what's the weather going to be like today, or who doesn't talk about the weather? It's an important aspect of our daily lives. Finally, Mike Pence. Former Vice President Mike Pence received the John F. Kennedy Profile in Courage Award on Sunday for refusing to overturn the results of the 2020 election despite being repeatedly pressured by President Trump to do so. Amid the chaos and violence of the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, some of which was directed at Pence, he oversaw the election certification. January 6 was a tragic day, Pence said while receiving the award, but it became a triumph of freedom, and history will record that our institutions held. Kennedy's daughter, Caroline Kennedy, and grandson, Jack Jack Schlossberg, presented the award to Pence. At the time, I thought Vice President Pence was just doing his job, Caroline Kennedy said. Only later did I realize that his act of courage saved our government and warned us about what could happen and is happening right now. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and take just a relaxing music break for a moment, and I will return shortly. Okay, so I've taken a call or message that I wanted to follow up just then, and I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this morning's mocha, as I'd like to get about the business of taking care of my business this morning. So I hope you've enjoyed just our short cup of mocha. Please join me later when I come back for night talk. Uh, Analyze this mess because someone had to say it. Again, you can email me at unwinewithteddy at gmail.com. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. I hope that you enjoy your Monday. And thanks again to my moderators for joining me for Mocha. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Uh, I'll see you later.